Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Enderal. When we left off, I wasn't being talked to by a guy from 20 feet away, 20 meters, whatever you want to say. But, yes, now we have actually arrived at ARK. I was outside the door, but one of you actually told me in the comments that there is a side quest by a guy sitting on a bench outside ARK, and we passed him when we were running here, and there he is. So I'm actually going to be walking up to him and speaking to him.
Hey, you there? Yes, you. Can you spare a moment for him? He would be very grateful.
Okay, well, who's he?
Well, he. Kermai Kazor Tatakajape.
That is quite the name, isn't it? I'm not even gonna Kazor or Taka. I just heard it. And I still am unsure how to pronounce it. Great.
Your help. Tell him, my sir, do you have good eyes?
Not really. Not personally. I think my character has good eyes. I think so, yes.
Good, very good. Let him cut to the chase. He is in dire need of eggs. Lots of eggs. And he wants you to help him.
Okay. You're a starling, aren't you?
A half-starling, yes. But unfortunately, he's not from Anku, if that's what you would have asked next. Which is something he really regrets. This world, it's so dirty, so loud. But, well, what can you do? One is what one is.
That sounds like an unusual task.
It is, indeed. The eggs he is looking for are hard to come by. Do you see those brown hammerbirds circling over the heartland? In many other countries, such as Nehrim or Kira, their hatchlings are brought up to be letterbirds. He wants to raise such letterbirds for a special purpose. So, what do you say? Will you help an old starling? The ancient fathers would thank you for it. He's sure of that.
Okay. I guess I think we should ask what kind of special purpose it is.
Oh, that's hard to explain. He doubts you would understand. But it has to do with our lost home, the Star City.
Your lost home?
Yes, the place we starlings come from, and where we are destined to return to eventually. Don't you know the stories? There's a city far up in the sky, and all the worldly suffering doesn't exist there. But this is no place to talk about that. There are books which could explain our prophecies a lot better than he ever could.
I see. Where can I find them?
Well, that is the part where your good eyes come into play. All you need to do is follow the movements of the birds flying above the sea here and in its vicinity. Eventually, they will return to their nests, and that's where you can find the eggs. Just come back once you've found a good handful or more. He will wait for your return.
I think that probably has to be one of the hardest and maybe most tedious quests I've ever seen. That is going to be very difficult, isn't it? I mean, they're the birds, right? They're the birds right there, so I can assume that I would have to follow them when they go to land. And I have no idea when they're going to go and land, so I guess I just have to stand here for many, many hours looking at them, I guess, unless they just go every so often. I'm actually unsure. Wait, where is that bird going right now? Is it? No, I thought it was landing for a second there. I thought that might be where the nest is, but that's even if they are the correct birds that I'm supposed to be looking for. Well, anyway, I think now that we have at least taken a look at the side quest, we are now going to be heading into ARK, because, well, that's a thing that we need to do, because we don't want to just have Jesper running around with us all the time, do we? So, without further ado, we're going to speak to this woman here.
Soul, aren't you? Are you sure you want to keep going like that?
Yes.
I mean, like that?
Yes, why not? I beg your pardon? I want to buy a mount. I would like to buy a mount. Oh, or would I? I actually don't know. I beg your pardon?
Oh, come on! Don't you think I see how you're slaving away? You can hardly put one foot before the other. Look how exhausted you are. And this armor. Whew, it must weigh tons. Thank Malphus, I have just the right thing for you. A way to ease your travels. A mount. And you know what? Today's your lucky day. If you agree to help me out with a little problem of mine, I'll give you one for free.
Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, a free mount can always be pretty nice. 600 otherwise.
Gnarldolf, a troll. For 2 months now, every night, I've been hearing this horrible, bloodthirsty grunting near the farm. The guard says I'm only imagining it, but trust me, I've seen enough of the world to know troll noises when I hear them. When it all started, the grunting came from back in the forest, but it's gotten closer each night, and I'm sure that thing is out for my animals. So, what do you say? You kill Gnarldolf for me, and in return, you will get one of my very best donkeys for free. Whirlwind. And believe me, he lives up to his name.
Whirlwind, okay. Yeah, sure, why not? I will see what I can do. Any ideas on how I can find him?
Oh, that should be pretty easy. Just wait until shortly after midnight and then scout the area. Eventually, you'll hear that grunting I told you about, then just find out where it comes from. And needless to say, be careful. You look like you can take care of yourself, otherwise I wouldn't have asked. But these beasts are not to be underestimated.
Ah, Gnarldolf has to die. Well, I will be the judge of that. Okay, so wait till midnight and look for the troll Gnarldolf in the King's Bay. I assume this is the King's Bay around here, and...
So, any progress?
No, I just spoke to you, just now. I literally just spoke to you. Are you...
So, any progress?
Is she sweeping the floor with some cheese in her hand? She was. Okay, so let's head into ARK, finally. And we are going to see where Jespar wants to go, probably to the nearby tavern to rest up. It's been quite a long journey, and yes, fraught with all kinds of dangers. So actually, no, not many, because Jespar was able to kill basically everything, and I helped a little bit, I suppose.
And here we are. Welcome to ARK. I've got some things to take care of here, so let's meet at the market once you're ready to meet Grandmaster Tealor Arenthiel and his mages in person, alright?
Oh, sure, okay. Is there any knowledge here? No, okay. Tealor Arenthiel, the former Grandmaster of the Holy Order? I thought he was imprisoned in Nehrim.
By his own son, Nerazil, yeah. But roughly 2.5 years ago, he suddenly appeared back in Enderal, accompanied by a handful of mages who once fought against him in the Great War. Weird, I know, but that's how it was.
Oh, let me get this straight. The Lightborn's most trusted servant returned to Enderal together with his former arch-enemies?
He did, yeah. It seems that something happened between him and them that made them sort out their issues, you could say. They're allies now, and frankly, nobody quite knows why. You can imagine what kind of uproar that caused among the Holy Order itself. But in the end, Arenthiel got things his way. You can say what you want about him, but he never lost his charisma, that's for sure.
Oh, wow, okay. So that means the Lightborn's most vicious enemies now work together with the Lightborn's most faithful servants? That is bizarre.
You're telling me. But apparently their alliance has something to do with this red madness. I guess we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing a little bit more about the city, actually. Where can I find some new gear, for example?
Oh, sure, I should have thought of that. Pardon me. Alright then. ARK is divided into 5 districts, not counting the harbor. The Foreign Quarter, where we are right now, the Marketplace, the Nobles' Quarters, the South Quarter, and the Temple. If you're looking to gear up, I guess the market would be the place to go. You can find anything there, from food to weapons, armor, and whatever else you need. If it's magical supplies and alchemy you need, however, you best try your luck in the Nobles' Quarters. But prepare yourself for some dismissive looks. Up there's also the bathing house and the theater, in case you have the coin for that. Finally, there's the temple, which is hard to overlook. Normal citizens are not permitted to enter it, and from up there, the Holy Order reigns over this country. But if all goes according to plan, you'll soon see it from the inside. And then there's the Undercity.
Ah, Undercity, that doesn't sound too inviting, but did you notice how the subtitles were not necessarily accurate? So now I'm a little bit confused. Is it the upper quarter, or is it the nobles sector or quarter, or whatever it may be? I don't know, maybe they're the same thing. It probably is the same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it isn't. The Undercity's a cluster of caves directly beneath our feet. And down there is where the poor and the sick live, not to mention those that the Order doesn't like to see in their neat, pretty streets in the upper city. Not a place I'd recommend you visit, at least not unless you're looking for mischievous things.
Oh, okay, well, I think I'll find my way around, thank you.
Great. Then see you later and enjoy your stay.
Well, thank you very much for that, and there's 640 experience. Within ARK, you may also use the signposts to travel back and forth between the different districts. To do so, just walk in front of a signpost and interact with it. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, that's really nice. I like that. We have a small fast travel system then, by the looks of things. So, let's have a look here. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything that I can actually do here.
My sir, do you have a moment? I think the two of us could do business together.
Right now, at least. But I think we are probably going to speak to this guy. You're a merchant, aren't you? I'm looking to trade. Or what do you need? I think we'll ask him what he needs.
Well, it is actually quite simple. But since you were kind enough not to just ignore me and walk by as the others did, I would like to show my gratitude for that first. You travel a lot, don't you? I can tell by the mud on your boots. Here, one of these books might come in handy on your journeys. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, oh wow, he's giving us... is there any catch? I don't actually know. There's a crafting book, Apprentice Alchemy. I think that might be pretty good. So shall we just take that? Why not?
Splendid. Say, would you happen to be interested in earning yourself some more coins? Or, even better, more books like those? There is something I need help with.
I might be. What's troubling you?
I have a problem, and this problem is called Celia, which happens to be my sister. Where should I start? You know, I am one of those people who wasn't given everything by fate. Quite the contrary, in fact. When I was a child, the village I grew up in, Foamville, was ambushed by bandits, and both my father and my mother died during the attack.
My condolences? I think that, I mean, let's skip the chatter. What do you want? I think that's a little bit harsh, but I mean, I guess I'll just say my condolences.
Thank you, but it's ancient history now. Fact is, my sister and I dealt with this event differently. We managed to flee the attack and make it to ARK, where the guards, of course, threw us into the Undercity. But while I tried to honor my father's heritage by using the little I could from our savings by setting up a business, she preferred to wallow in her misery instead. She got to know the wrong people and has, since then, never done a single bit of honest work. Frankly, she's a dust addict. Day and night she does nothing else but rot in those drinking holes in the Undercity and blows what little money she makes on her drage. Now, of course, she is still my sister, so all of these years I paid her rent so she doesn't have to sleep on the streets. However, things have changed. Recently she started using our father's heritage to pay for her addiction, and I will not accept that.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get this straight. She blows you money to buy a droge?
Well, technically it's our money. Basically, it was a share our father had in a small business here. He was so proud of it, you wouldn't believe it. Luckily enough, I managed to save that paper from the bandits and turned it in at the bank a few years ago, after I realized how valuable it was. Since then, it has turned into quite a formidable sum. Nothing huge, of course, but enough to save my business from bankruptcy. You understand? In theory, it is our money, but without me, she would probably have sold it for a bottle of ale. and I won't let her spit on our father's heritage that way.
I see. And why don't you just talk to her?
Oh, believe me, I did. Which is why she simply hid the key to our safe in the bank somewhere that I couldn't find it. So, long story short, this is where you come in. I want you to get her to give me that key. How you do it is up to you. But if you succeed, it won't be to your disadvantage.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll help you. Where can I find her?
Anywhere there's rats and dust. But she spends most of her time in the False Dog in the Undercity. One of those dumps I told you about. Just come back to me once you've found something.
I think there's probably more to this than meets the eye. I think he might actually be attempting to pull the wool over our eyes, so to speak. I think they are probably just as sort of devious as each other. I don't know whether we are going to help him or whether we'll have an opportunity to help her. Who knows? I actually don't know yet, but I suppose now's as good a time as any to explore a little bit. The Dancing Nomad. I don't really want to go for a drink just yet. But what I would like to do is interact... Hello.
Oi, you there. Don't look at me like that. Looking for trouble, eh?
No, not particularly. Thank you very much. Okay, so yes, what I would like to do is interact with one of the signs, because I would like to go to the upper quarter, or the noble quarter, or whatever it is, as that is most likely going to have the spells. It's going to have access to the spells. Hello there. Yeah, there's a craftsman and laborers. Where's the signpost? I think I probably missed it, but I think what I am going to do is I'm going to end this episode off here, and next time we are going to be in the upper quarter, and we're going to... Yeah, I'm going to ignore you. Yeah, take that. Take that. But anyway, yes. Yeah, I'm going to be in the upper quarter. We're going to hopefully buy some adept spells, maybe. Maybe some higher levels of Ice Spike or something similar to that. And then we'll continue from there. Maybe we'll head to the Undercity after that. So, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.